So here we have a beautiful message, and I want you to take a look here. We have the orphan and the mother coming in together, and I want you to look at how amazing this is. So we have the orphan child reaching out for this flower, this energy of self-love and nurturing, and like the beauty that flowers bring, the essence, the softness, that kind of reaching out for that energy. And then here we have the mother energy, where it's like the pearl is nestled inside of the nest, right? So what's coming through with this is your healing message is that there is an orphan energy that is now leaving your space. So if you've dealt with rejection, abandonment issues, not feeling loved, something along the line with your vibration or your inner dynamics with your mother, it's now coming to the surface. Now, a lot of times what happens is something happens in our childhood and we don't heal from it. So then what ends up happening is we're not like properly mothering ourselves. We reach a point when we become adults, and this is part of like what parents do is they teach us how to be in the world, but also more importantly, how to take care of ourselves. And your mother may have, even if you have a mother that's present, she can only teach you what she knows. So if her mother didn't really teach her how to take care of herself, then how is she going to teach you that, right? And so what's coming up is there's things that you're pioneering in your life. There's maybe walls or things that you're hitting up against that you're going, I want to reach for this thing, but I don't know how to get there because I never had this supportive energy to be able to do that, to be able to hold a space for me to be able to do that. So there's kind of like a fear and a danger in reaching for and or asking for what it is that you want. Now, this is coming up not just in a relationship space, but in a dream that you have, something that you're trying to accomplish. So we have the Fool coming in here because I'm asking to clarify with these two cards. So the Fool is coming in is like, I don't really know what I'm doing. Maybe you're naive about things. He's like kind of, ready to take a leap of faith, but he also has some level of preparation. Like there is a lot of joy and happiness and new beginnings here. But part of this is because of heartache and pain and betrayal and a very dark time. So there is an energy of coming out of dark times, but there can also be a fear of being naive about it and or not being sure that you're properly prepared, okay? Although I'm seeing that you are prepared. So there could be fears there about preparation that are not that are illusionary. Now we have the Hermit that is like a transitory energy. And this is, the Hermit goes internal. So if you've spent a period of time like asking people for help, asking people for their opinions, asking, talking to a therapist, talking to your friends about, this shift or these changes that are taking place for you, you're now going internal and seeking the guidance within. This is also, he has the Star captured here. And the Star card is like the dream, the wish that we make, like the wish that you make upon a star. He's capturing it and he's really looking at that wish. What do I really want? What's really important to me? How do I prioritize myself? Which is also coming up here with loving yourself. We have reflection too. So it says, give each other some space at the moment, trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. This is a time of reflection for you, where you're coming in and you're reflecting on this imbalance. Now, I also want you to understand before we go into the mother energy, because it feels like you're getting that, is that what we didn't get, sometimes we're afraid to ask for. So the hand is out, but it's almost like that there's this fear of getting it. So sometimes if we're in a relationship, we know what we want, we know what we want that from that person, but maybe we can't ask for it. We're afraid if I ask for it, I'm just going to be let down. I'm going to be hurt again. I'm not going to get what I want out of this, et cetera, right? And then the other aspect that comes into this is like giving that to ourselves. So at some point, this becomes you as an individual, us as an individual. We are the child and the mother, because at some point you're responsible for yourself now, just like your mother was responsible for you when you were a child. So this is looking at your ability to nurture yourself, to love yourself, to give yourself what it is that you want and need, while also fostering any sort of hurts or wounds that came from, the bonding experience with our mother. Did I get those needs met? Was she nurturing to me? Did she hit me when I asked for things? Did she support me? Did she wrap her arms around me? Did she make me feel safe? Because sometimes we are orphans. Sometimes our mother passes away and we long to have her energy in our space, but she's not available to us in that way. Now, I do Akashic record readings and I do healing sessions, so you can always connect with somebody who's crossed over they're not completely gone. Their energy still exists, and that's something that, if you wanted that, that's a service I do provide. But within this reading, this is about you giving yourself what it is that you need, loving yourself first. Now, it's important that this is taking place because there's a dream that you have, and we also have the flower of life, which is divine creativity and manifestation. So you're trying to make a dream that you have come to life, but you're kind of running up against some things because you don't know how to ask for what it is that you want. You're afraid that you're not going to get it, that nurturing, that mothering, what the mother does is not available to you. It's just out of your reach. And this pain from the past is kind of the fear of the snake energy here. Although, as you can see here, the snake's not windy. It's more of a supportive energy. And the snake is also a sign of a rebirth. So then what we have here is the Eight of Wands, which represents community and fast action. Like things are going to start moving very quickly for you once you get out of this space of reflection, which is, required. We also see a flow energy coming in here where this person, and you can see in multiple images here, this person is looking at the power between their hands and it says flow. And so this is an energy here of flowing, looking at the magic that you have. Same thing here. She's connecting with this hawk, and she's looking at it the same. He's looking here at the star. There's this inner reflection about putting yourself first, reconnecting with your power and your divinity. And then there's an energy of reciprocity, where then the scales are balanced. You're able to give back to others. This happens when we kind of put other people first, or we lose sight of our power and our energy. We're giving out, and then the reciprocity is not there. You need to be able to pour from a cup that is full. If you keep giving and giving and giving, and you're not replenishing, you're not taking that time to really focus on what you want, then what do you have to give? You know what I mean? It's kind of like the empty hand there. And this power dynamic comes up a lot because the orphan child is the child that's rejected or abandoned or neglected, right? Typically that's what we think of an orphan. They don't have their mom, they don't have that love, they don't have that support, they don't have that safety, right? But what happens sometimes in life when we get older in relationships is we put ourselves in positions where we're now being this self-neglected. We're self-neglecting. We're self-abusing. We're self-rejecting. We're self-abandoning. We're now, this dynamic is no longer, between us and our caregiver. It's now between us and ourselves. So some of the healing energy coming into this with divine creativity and manifestation, because this is also a very powerful feminine energy. And it's not a crone energy that we're seeing here. We're seeing an actually very beautiful, attractive young woman who's in her fertility. And so this is you being in a space of being, in this fertile energy going, I'm going to nurture myself. I'm going to care for myself. I am going to heal my orphan child and heal these wounds, making myself safe, making myself secure. Now, part of this energy too is you're walking away from this. You're deciding, you know what? And this happens a lot with clients that I treat, that you can spend years, and I'm not talking about talk therapy or a lot of different types of therapy, but some therapies make us kind of revisit the traumas, and some of our relationships with our family members and our friends, they make us revisit the trauma again and again and again, not just traumas that we've experienced, but also maybe things that we do to self-neglect or self-destruct. Some people that are addicts, they have to go into a rehab and get away from their family and get away from their friends, because every time they see their friends, it's like, hey, let's do our thing, and you continue to get re-identified, and you can't really get out of the dynamics and the interactions that you have with people and kind of the boxes that they put us in. Or if it's family members, sometimes we all suffered the loss or the trauma. We all suffered the abuse together. So when we get together, we're kind of not only triggering that, but we sometimes are lamenting and ruminating in it and kind of feeding into the victim pictures, and it's much harder to overcome. That's why there's this energy of going internal, getting an understanding of this internal interaction that's taking place here, and then loving yourself, putting yourself first, seeing your power, reconnecting with your dream, because we're here for a reason, right? And we're not here to lament in the past and, feed the monster. We're here to overcome the challenges that are placed before us and to heal from them and to become stronger. Scar tissue is stronger than regular tissue. When we make mistakes and we sit in them and we orphanize ourselves and we neglect ourselves and we put ourselves down, we're just reliving that trauma. But now we can't blame another person. We're doing it to ourselves, and it's subconscious, it's unconscious. We're not always aware that we're doing this. And so this is the energy of bringing an awareness to this, having an understanding of like, oh yeah, I can be my own mom. I can say, I don't need another drink because I don't want to wake up feeling bad. I'm going to have some water instead. Or you know what, this relationship isn't it doesn't feel good right now. I need to take a step back and really focus on myself. You know what, my health is really important to me. I want to not just stay alive, but I want to be healthy. I don't want to suffer and feel bad. And so this is you mothering yourself. This is you giving that little orphan child what it needs. And we all have an inner child. We all have a parent. You can hear your parent sometimes. When you make mistakes, you may hear your mother's voice. This isn't just mother, this is also father. But the mother typically is the nurturer, the supporter. A lot of times, our mothers are also the disciplinary. The father is more the protector and the provider energy. But if your father was authoritative or the disciplinary, you may hear his voice whenever you make mistakes. And whenever you're hurting and you're suffering in grief or you need that love and support, you may be longing or reaching out for a mother energy. Now, I do want to add to this reading that even if you didn't have a mom, you're given up for adoption, or your mother passed away or whatever, I want you to understand that from my own experience, there's always mothers that come in. I could name off the top of my head right now at least 5 awesome mothers that were present for me. And this could be a grandmother, this could be an auntie, this could be an older sister, this could be a best friend, or best friend's parent, because there's always mothers that come in. Sometimes they're older coworkers. I remember having a job very young, and there was an older woman who taught me so much, and she was like a mother to me. She used to bring in like cookies and bring in like extra sandwiches at lunch and like, things like that. And she was the mothering energy that I needed. So sometimes when we feel orphaned and we feel like we're locked out of the love of the mother, I want you to look back and think about the mothers that showed up for you, when you didn't have one. Because I feel personally from my own experience that God always gives you what you need. And yes, I believe in God. If you want to say the universe or something else, you can. I'm talking about the collective creation that we are in and that we're interacting with. And I feel like when I needed the guidance, it came through. When I needed the comfort, it came through in unsuspecting ways, through unsuspecting channels. And for a long time, I remember feeling so alone and abandoned and not understanding that. And then at a period of my life, I realized like, oh, well, my boyfriend's mom, she's the one that told me to do this. And that shifted my whole life. And, when such and such happened, this person, my grandmother stepped in, or this person did that, or that person did this. And it really helped me to understand that energy was there. And it also gave me the tools to become my own mother, which now it's like, and we fall off, just like a mom gets tired of mothering, just like, she needs a break or a vacation, is the same way that, we lose sight and focus of the care that we need for ourselves. So this is your healing message. Take this time to reflect, let go of the past hurts, stop feeding the monster, and instead use that energy to move forward, because now is a time of reciprocity. And I'm really getting the message strongly of, now it's time to receive. Like you can see this person giving, but part of giving is also receiving. So there's an energy here of you getting back what you have put out there. And then energies that have been imbalanced are now going to be giving back. There's going to be a big flow coming through for you. If this reading resonates, please comment, leave me a comment, claim it, say it resonates, add anything. You can share your dream or any experiences that you'd like. I love getting feedback from you guys. If you'd like to book a personal reading or healing session, check out the description box below. Like, share, and subscribe. You can share these videos with people that you feel need to hear this message. Thank you so much. It's an honor to share this message and healing with you. I hope it finds you well.